Deputy Speaker of Parliament Chandima Veerakudi, speaking at an event this morning at the auditorium of the Habaradhu Divisional Secretariat, commented on the United National Party.
While the programs and proposals of President Mahinda Rajapaksa are strong, the proposals presented by Ranil Wickremesinghe to strengthen his party are like the chicks we will be distributing today. A chick has to be raised for 45 days to become a broiler chicken. A broiler chicken has a short lifespan. I doubt that this leadership council will have even such a lifespan. I don't think Ranil Wickremesinghe can be priced for the rate of a broiler chicken.
The Deputy Speaker made this comment at an event held to distribute chicks and equipment to produce dry rations to low-income families under the Divinagama program.
Meanwhile, a Satyagraha campaign took place this evening opposite the Colombo Fort railway station, demanding good governance be established in the country immediately. The campaign was organized by the United National Party together with the Samagi Balavegya and the Vipaksha Virodhya. 3 separate marches, which commenced at 4 this evening, reached the Colombo Fort railway station for the Satyagraha campaign. The marchers commenced from the Technical Junction, the Colombo Port and the Lake House roundabout. The demonstrators gathered opposite the Colombo Fort railway station at 5 this evening and engaged in the Satyagraha campaign for a few hours after dispersing. An opinion poll on who should be the head of the proposed high-level council of the United National Party is being conducted on the official United National Party website.
As of 7:47 this evening, 67.3% had voted for Sajid Premadasa, while 32.7% had voted for Karu Jayasuriya. These results were telecast on our breaking news coverage. However, as of 8:45 this evening, the official site of the leader of the UNP, www.unp.lk, was deactivated. Once the truth was out, the site was deactivated.
The very latest is that the website is now back online, but people cannot vote. I repeat, the website is now back online, however, the people cannot vote.
And with that, we take a look at tonight's Words of Wisdom, where we look at the thoughts of brilliant physicist and Nobel Prize winner Albert Einstein.
Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Albert Einstein, theoretical physicist. Who is this and what is he doing? Is this A. Ranil Wickremesinghe, B. Dayagamage, C. Sagala Ratnayaka? If this is Ranil Wickremesinghe, type news space R and send to 7788. If this is Dayagamage, type news space D and send to 7788. If this is Sagala Ratnayaka, type news space S and send to 7788.
You're watching Primetime News at 9, now for Action TV. The principal of E.A. Gunasinghe Vidyalaya in Colombo 12 was compelled to call for a meeting with the school development committee today. However, the zonal education director, who is a junior ranked official compared to the official who instructed for the meeting to be held, displayed this notice. The notice reads that the annual general meeting that was called for today has been postponed indefinitely. After this notice was displayed, the zonal education director arrived at the E.A. Gunasinghe Vidyalaya. They have explained the reasons to me. You need not worry about this. I will discuss the matter with the secretary. A group will arrive here and gather details and hand it over to me. After the zonal education director made this explanation, the parents revealed the request they were to make to the zonal education director to Action TV. This school was built by the late Premadasa. There is no other school like this. We request the responsible authorities to ensure that this school is protected. This is not for us, but for the future generation. In April last year, an evaluation had taken place on a plot of land belonging to this school with the intention of handing over the plot of land to another party. The lesser number of students compared to the land and buildings existing in the school have been cited as reasons for this evaluation. However, taking maximum use of these facilities, the number of students studying at this school increased to 1,000 for the first time since its inception in 1992, thanks to the school's administration procedure. The school maintained this high number of students until 2003. Since 2003, numbers continue to drop significantly because of the lack of human and physical resources and because this school had been completely ignored by the Western Province Department of Education. The principal who was appointed to this school 3 years ago had pointed out that the numbers could be increased even in such a situation. However, citing that the principal had failed to increase the number of students enrolled to this school, measures were taken to hand over a portion of land owned by this school to another party. The additional provincial education director who arrived at the location subsequent to the departure of the zonal education director had to lend an ear to the woes of these parents. Shouldn't a trustworthy and acceptable assurance be given to secure the future of this school? Chief Minister of the Western Province, this is over to you.
Former Attorney General, President's Counsel C.R.T. Silva passed away today while receiving treatment at a private hospital.
C.R.T. Silva was the 24th Attorney General of Sri Lanka and commenced serving at the Attorney General's Department in 1975 as an acting Senior State Counsel. He held many high-ranking positions such as Senior State Counsel, Deputy Solicitor General and as the Additional Solicitor General, and was also involved in issuing verdicts for controversial cases in the country. C.R.T. Silva, who resigned in 2007 after 32 years of service, was also the President of the Lessons Learnt and Reconciliation Commission. C.R.T. Silva, who was an old boy of Royal College, Colombo, was a talented rugby player in school. His father was Supreme Court Judge K.D. Silva. His wife Kamalini De Silva is currently the Secretary to the Ministry of Justice. C.R.T. Silva, who is a father of 3, was 65 years of age at the time of his demise. Royal College, issuing an announcement today, requested teachers, parents and students to assemble at the main entrance of the Boralis Cemetery on the 9th of November at 9:45 am to pay their last respects to C.R.T. Silva.
Moving on to business news, the Pathfinder Foundation says that Sri Lanka remains in a position below certain underdeveloped countries in Asia and Africa in the Doing Business Index.
That's right, and it points out that the Sri Lankan government had planned to bring Sri Lanka among the top 30 of the index by 2015.
Sri Lanka is currently ranked 85th in the Doing Business Index announced by the World Bank. The index ranks economies in their ease of doing business.
A couple of years ago, there was a big push for reforms to reach the top 30 in the same index, and this push came from the Central Bank, Ministry of Economic Development and the Board of Investment of Sri Lanka. With all these efforts, finally now we see that the decline in the ranking, that means two things. One is that we have lost in terms of competitiveness to many other countries, developing countries in the Asian Pacific region as well as in Africa. Therefore, the Pathfinder Foundation strongly believe the government at the highest level has to reaffirm its commitment to reach the top 30 by year 2015.
Just a reminder before we go, the grand finale of season 2 of the debater program telecast on our sister channel Citizen TV will be held tomorrow with Newsfirst College Colombo and Loyola College Negombo vying for the top prize.
Well, you can watch the finals of the debater live on Citizen TV at 4:30 p.m. tomorrow.
And with that, we wrap up tonight's edition of Primetime News. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Arundhati Mudannaika.
And I'm Shanjaram Party. We leave you tonight with a look at tomorrow's weather forecast. Good night.